What is up, guys? I'm Cassie from Anchored by Books, and today I'm doing my August wrap-up. I feel like I did pretty good this month. I read 5 books, 3 of which are physical, and 2 I read on my Kindle thing, which is pretty new to me. If you guys want to see what is all on my Kindle, I have quite a few things now. Leave me a comment, and maybe I'll film some sort of, I don't know, show you guys all my ebooks. Because I'm starting to kind of get into that, which I never ever thought I'd get into. So I'm just going to jump right in. I have a few exciting things to announce. It's not really an announcement, but so at the end of September, I'm going to Washington, D.C. / New York. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen video-wise. I might try to pre-film some. Maybe there might just not be any videos at all. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But guess what I am doing in New York City, guys? I cannot believe this. So, I'm going to see Hamilton. I cannot believe it. I am going to see Hamilton. When I found out I was going to New York and I saw how much the tickets were to Hamilton, I was trying to come to terms with the fact that I was never ever going to see it, and I finally got to that point, and then I saw that the tickets dropped, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to jump on this. So, I'm going to see Hamilton. Woo! I don't know why I'm getting so emotional about it. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. Oh my god. I get to go see Hamilton. Anyway, so that's that. Let's jump into my wrap-up now. So first I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Part 1 and 2 by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. This has been all over the place. If you haven't heard about it, where the heck have you been? This is they're calling it the 8th story, but 19 years later, but it's not really the 8th story. One of my problems with this, it's not a problem that I had. I enjoyed this for the most part. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. But I think people are judging it because it is a script. It is not a novel, so it reads like a script. So I think people have a hard time differentiating the two, and because it doesn't read like they're used to, they're like, I don't like this. I just don't like this. So that kind of sucks. I mean, I enjoyed it for the most part. I'm very curious to see, though, how they made some of these things actually happen in the real life, like in the play itself, because some of it seems really magical, and I just don't know how they would do it visually. So that'd be kind of exciting to see. Maybe they'll do like a traveling Harry Potter thing at some point. Scorpius made this book what it is. Scorpius was the life of this book. Thank God for him, because I didn't like Harry, I didn't like his son, I didn't like a lot of characters in this that I like in the books, so that was unfortunate. But Scorpius is a freaking gem, I will tell you that much. After that, I read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have had a love-hate relationship with Colleen Hoover. I've read, 3 or 4 of her books now. There was one I absolutely hated, which was Confess. Absolutely cannot stand that book, but maybe someday. It was one of my favorite books of last year. And then I read this, It Ends With Us. There's a lot of tabs. This is about a girl named Lily who was abused, or saw her mother get abused, like domestic violence abuse when she was growing up, and then she moves to Boston after her dad dies, and she meets this guy, and it all just kind of unravels from there. It was a beautiful, heart-wrenching story. I read this in about a day and a half. This book is incredible. It really gave a message that other Colleen Hoover books, I mean, I feel like all of her books have some sort of a message, but this one really stuck out to me. It was gripping. Lily is one hell of a strong female character. I love how you kind of see her grow through this. By the end of the book, she stood up for what she thought was right. The situation that made, at the very end of this book, something happens. She makes this decision that it's just, I don't know why I didn't see coming, but it was just so good. And I don't know, I love this book immensely, as you can tell from all my tabs. Seriously though, like, this is one of the best Colleen Hoover books. I think this might trump maybe someday for me, because it was that freaking good. I'm just speechless. I feel like I can't find my words for this book. This book was incredible, 5 out of 5 stars, one of my favorite books of the year. Way to go, Colleen Hoover. I cannot wait to see what she comes up with next, even though I don't know if she can top this, because it was that good. After that, I read The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is my very first Libba Bray book, and I actually listened to this on audiobook. This is probably an unpopular opinion, because I feel like most people really enjoy this book. I did not enjoy this book at all. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I heard the audiobook was one of the best audiobooks that people have ever listened to, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I have a credit on Audible, I'm gonna try it out. I did not like it. I found the story boring. I did like how there was different, like the narration, how each character kind of had their own little personality, if that makes any sense, like their own voice. I don't know how to say it. I didn't like it at all. I ended up just kind of listening to it really quickly just to kind of get it over with. I didn't like it. 2 out of 5 stars. Didn't really find it creepy. What am I missing from this book? I don't get why. I mean, that's fine if you like it. That's totally cool. But I don't get it. I don't know why. I mean, it's a huge book. There's only 2 books in the series right now. I will definitely not be finishing it. I'm gonna be getting rid of this book because I'm never gonna read it again. It's huge. I don't like it. This is basically about a girl named Evie in the 1920s New York, and there's just something very paranormal happening, and her and some other people kind of trying to figure out what's going on. I like paranormal. Did not like this. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Whatever. That's this book. The last 2 books I read on my Kindle. I'm gonna try to show you guys the covers, but the covers have a white background, so I don't know if you'll really be able to see it, but I'm gonna try. So I read Paper Princess by Aaron Watt and Broken Prince by Aaron Watt, the first 2 books of the Royal series. It's a trilogy. This was incredible. I loved both of these books so much. I read them both back to back like that so quickly. The first book follows our main character Ella Harper, whose mother dies a couple months previously to when things kind of start happening, and DHS finds out and says, basically this guy comes in and says, look, I know your mom's dead, your father is dead, I promised your father that I would take care of you, come with me. He has tons of money, he has four sons? I think it's 4 sons. And then she has to go to this like this private school with all these ritzy, pritzy people. This book is full of drama, rich kids, sex, things, sexual tension, all of that. I freaking loved it. I could not believe how much I would like it. I gave both of the books 5 out of 5 stars. The second book had such a huge, there was like multiple plot twists at the very end. Then the third book doesn't come out till October, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Now I have to wait until October to get the next book. I think it's just a trilogy, but oh my gosh, if you just want some sort of, I want to call it a guilty pleasure, but I don't really believe in guilty pleasure things, because if you like something, you just like something, and there's nothing wrong with that, regardless if people think it's not some kind of literary work of art or something. I enjoyed it. I love how everything just kind of flowed together. It was super easy to read. I loved the tension and the angst and the drama and the rich kids. It was just so good. If you guys have read Paper Princess and or Broken Prince, let me know down below what you thought of it, because both 5 out of 5 stars for me. Once again, it's probably some of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. So good. So that's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, do not forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!